LeBron James is in year 22. He turns 40 next month, and he's posting a career low in usage percentage this season. But he remains as efficient as ever. He's on pace to be the third player to average 27 and 7 with a usage percentage below 27% in NBA history. All right?
I don't know what that means.
Usage is low, but his numbers are high. How about this, Richard? Tell me what this means, because we're seeing two different teams here. They've won all 5 of their home games. They're one of 2 teams shooting 50% from the floor at home. And then on the road, they're just 1-4, and they've been outscored by 10 points a game. So who are the Lakers, Rich?
I think this is the Lakers. I think they're a team that should be very good at home, and they should be about a 500 team on the road. You put that puts you in about a 50-win pace, and that's right where they finished last year.
Right.
They have a similar roster that they had last year. So when I look at it, it's like, yeah, they're about a 50-win team, 48-win team. So that means you're going to be dominant at home, pretty good at home, and then you split on the road. They're 1-4. You put them right there at 2-3. That's the Lakers.
Well, I mean, 50 wins in the West just mean that you're average. If you got 50 wins in the East, that means you're doing pretty damn good. I'll tell you who the Lakers, who they're not. They're not title contenders, right? Like, they still got to get better at the perimeter, right? Defensively. Yes, you have Anthony Davis playing at an MVP level. Yes, LeBron James is still doing LeBron James type things. But at the end of the day, in order to make noise in the league, with a guy who has championship aspirations every single night, he step on the floor, LeBron James, they got to get better at the perimeter.
Hey, Perk, how do you like this? You're right, completely right. They brought in A.J. Redick to really use his beautiful basketball mind, and I think the first place we run to is offense, but the Lakers are good on offense. They're actually 5th in the NBA offensively. The issue, as you mentioned, is their defense. They're 25th in that category. They flipped the switch in AD. He is going for MVP, and rightfully so. But the problem is, by going that hard offensively, the rest of the team has to step up defensively. That's the number one area that they have to address.
Well, I appreciate this.
Well, who else are the Lakers? The Lakers may be the healthiest team on our airways this evening. Who won, Rich?
Oh, I won. I never won. Wemby won.
Well, Brandon Ingram, he is a go tonight for New Orleans, but he's going to be missing a fair share of his teammates. Unfortunately, there's been a rash of star injuries around the league, so Shams is here to tell us what he's hearing, what teams are saying, and then what it all means. So let's start with Zion Williamson, who will be missing his 6th game tonight. What's the latest on the Pelicans' big man here, Shams?
Malika, I'm told Zion Williamson is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with this hamstring strain, and his return is essentially just based on his rehab. That's why in their release, the Pelicans said out indefinitely, because they don't know exactly when he will be back. But this is devastating for Zion Williamson personally, because he came into this training camp in the best shape of his career. He's the lightest he's ever weighed as an NBA player. And so for him, it's devastating. And for the Pelicans, it's equally as devastating. They're 3-8 right now. They could easily lose their next 7 games. That would put them at 3-15. Yeah. And they have $140 million sitting on their sideline right now, 100 points sitting sideline extended time.
Richard, you look like you need an nap.
No, I wish him the best. Look, it's hard if you have 1 or 2 guys out in this league, it's hard. When you have $100 million sitting on the sideline, Philly knows about that. When you got 100 points sitting over there, that's an absolute problem. Sorry.
Let's stay on the elephant in the room, okay?
Richard, don't do this.
Here's the thing. No, seriously. You know, AD had a nickname a couple years ago, street clothes or whatever the case may be. Well, we need to start calling Zion pajamas, because he's just as worse. I mean, damn. At the end of the day, if you're an organization like the Pelicans and you hope to have championship aspirations, Zion can't be the face of your team. He can't be your number 1 guy because he's never available. And I'm not questioning whether or not he's injured. It's the fact that he's always injured. And in order to be able to make a championship run or be considered a title contender, your guy has to be available, and that's not Zion Williams.
So even with the slew of people, Perk, that are missing right now for the Pelicans, if Zion was out there, do you think that he would still be able to catapult them up to where they need to be in the Western Conference?
Well, I mean, last time that I checked, it was LeBron James, Zion Williamson, and Victor Wembanyama when it came to, top prospects, best prospects to ever come out, right? It's a certain level, a certain standard that we got to hold them to.
You get to a point when so many people are out that the whole organization gets worried, and if he's slightly injured, you don't want to put him out there to mess things up. Yeah, sir?
We're not just talking about
Our jobs are to play basketball.
No,
Where's he gonna mess up?
I understand that, but if he's actually hurt, then why should he?
No, he is hurt.
But that's the problem. He's hurt every year. So if you go ahead. This girl.
Let's get to the big man in the Eastern Conference. My goodness. Okay, let's get to Joel Embiid, friends. Joel said after his season debut that he would lobby to play against the Cavaliers tonight in a back-to-back, but it was a team decision. What did the Sixers decide, Shams?
They decided that he absolutely will not be playing in this back-to-back. Both him and Paul George are out tonight against the Cavaliers, undefeated Cavaliers. I'm told the NBA and Sixers, they've had discussions today about this Embiid situation. He is just not, from what I'm told, medically cleared to play back-to-backs at this point. Neither is Paul George. And so could there be an opportunity down the line for him to play back-to-backs? Potentially. I do think there is an opportunity and a window for him. But as of right now, he is not going to be playing back-to-back.
Well, I think the biggest issue with this is this part is normal. This part is normal. When you are coming back and you haven't played and you're rehabbing, whether it was an injury, a tweak of an injury, a surgery, okay, we're going to come back. We're going to load your minutes. So this is normal. The issue is that this seems premeditated from the start of the season. That's why everyone has so many issues. If Joel Embiid played his first game and then the next game was a back-to-back, I don't think there's anybody in the basketball community that would think he would play that in his second game of back-to-back. But because it seems premeditated, everyone is kind of like, here we go again.
Yeah, when I think about the process, the first two letters, PR, they've had a PR issue when it comes to communicating their injuries, their issues. And lastly, I'll just say this. When it comes to Joel Embiid, he said, I want to play. That's a problem also. Right. Because it's like, okay, it goes against what your organization is trying to do to protect you. Make it make sense.
He just looked horrible last night all across the board.
From what I understand, Joel Embiid, it was a decision that the team felt that they really needed to take out of his hands. Jalen Williams, though, he's good to go for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have a super small lineup, though, that they will be going with tonight.
Yep.
NBA